Hello and welcome to TeaJunky Gaming. Hope you guys have a nice drink, have a cup of tea, and we're gonna use it to sit back and relax while we play the very, I would say, overlooked game when it first came out, but System Shock 2 eventually gained quite a cult following for good reason. It later spawned spiritual successors of BioShock, and I personally find it to be even more enjoyable for a few reasons. So let's start off with a new game, and I'll talk about why it is I like this, and we all can enjoy the classic gameplay of System Shock 2. Let's play it on normal. Other options okay, that should be fine. Play it on normal.
Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine? In 2072, a rogue artificial intelligence known as Shodan lost her mind. In her limitless imagination, Shodan saw herself as a goddess, destined to inherit the earth. That image was snuffed out by the hacker who created her.
42 years later.
February 3rd is the day the magic happens. The Von Braun, the first starship in history capable of traveling at faster than light speed, will undertake her maiden voyage. This incredible journey is the result of teamwork between the UNN Protectorate and the incredible scientific minds at the newly relicensed Tri-Optimum Corporation. Imagine being able to travel to distant star systems in a period of weeks. It's all part of Tri-Op's commitment to the future. The Von Braun is packed with over 1.8 billion flight, scientific, and security systems, nearly all developed by Tri-Optimum and its wholly owned subsidiaries. Providing security for the Von Braun as she plows through the heavens will be the UNN Rickenbacker. At her helm will be no less than Captain William Bedford Diego himself, hero of the Battle of Boston Harbor during the Eastern States Police action. This incredible union of government and corporation is made possible by an intricate series of docking mechanisms that will allow the Rickenbacker to piggyback its way into jump space. Sleek, fast, revolutionary. Who knows what wonders await our crews in the bosom of the cosmos? All we do know is that it's a great day for mankind.
As a UNN Von Braun, we've been hijacked by an unknown force. Ship security has been compromised. Do not allow the ship... Repeat, do not allow the ship to leave under any circumstances. I don't know what we're up against here.
Alright, so here we are. We start off hopping off
Welcome to the Ramsey Center UNN recruitment facility.
Tram
Please
train?
watch your step when leaving the train. The grav shafts at the end of the hall will take you to the street-level training and recruitment center. Please proceed to the grav shafts.
So this is the main character's journey to recruitment into the military. So
Step into the grav shafts to proceed to the street-level recruitment.
Alright. So here's a little secret some people might not notice. Way up here is a basketball. And you can pick it up. And that basketball will be used way later in the game. Kind of unfortunate, means I have to carry it around this whole time.
Career, you'll want to learn some basic abilities. First, you should go into the Basic Training Center. When you're done with basic training, proceed to the Advanced Training area.
Alright. I'm actually going to skip advanced and basic training unless someone, puts a comment that say
If
they
you've
really want to
completed
see
basic
it.
training, you're ready for the advanced lessons provided here. Advanced training? Here's where you
So,
make your choice, soldier. Here's
here
where you
we
enlist in one of
are.
the 3 branches of the military. Once you decide on your branch of service, there's no going back. A shuttle will take you to a UNN orbital space station, where you'll receive a briefing regarding your yearly postings. Good luck.
So, Marines is all about shooting guns. Badass like. Navy is about using technology and hacking, and O.S.A. is the psionic branch, and I am totally taking psionics. Here we are, floating above Earth. Alright. First year of training.
The O.S.A. welcomes you to Orbital Station Chunlo. Ready yourself to feel the limitations of your mind slipping away. We will guide your path over the next 4 years. The shuttle bays at the center of the station will ferry you to your next stage of growth. When you've chosen, head into the appropriate shuttle bay. Get ready to learn things you've never imagined.
Right. So up ahead I need to make a choice on which skill increases I actually want to get when I go to this mission select.
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Chulun are modulated for your training. You shall spend a year in contemplation of mass, both yours and that of objects, until you can bend them to your intentions.
Alright, psycho-reflective.
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Runang await you. A year in meditation on the nature of matter will grant you power over it.
Kinetic redirection.
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Shaoling await you. There you will spend a solitary year focused in a meditation on motion and sound, and how they may serve your will. The sensory
kinetic
deprivation
redirection or
The sensory
psycho-reflective
deprivation
screen. Let's
The
go
sensory
for kinetic
deprivation tanks
redirection.
aboard the TOS Runang await you. A year in meditation on
Alright, 15th February 2112. Your year in the tank of the Runang is finished, your will has grown, your mind can freeze your foes and drag simple distant objects to you. These talents will serve you well. Second tier disciplines are now within your grasp. You now take their skills into the field to pit them against your enemies. You've mastered second tier neural capacity, cryokinesis, and kinetic redirection. Alright. Let's see what happens next year of training.
Your body has been neglected in your training of your mind. On
Endurance
Io,
boost.
you will find soldiers who wish to test their endurance. You will surpass their physical prowess without compromising your mental discipline.
Or
Dr. Chandris Valan's research labs have produced many of this decade's advances in psionic technique. You shall spend a year serving his genius, learning to understand his insights and whims. Sifting the
Two
thoughts of
psionic
treachery and disloyalty from the morass of emotion and internal conflict that fill most mundanes can be disquieting. You shall spend a year building the general strength of
Who
your
doesn't want
mind,
psionic
while learning
abilities?
how to probe the thoughts of the less capable without losing yourself.
Alright, 23 February 2113. Your time of service at the O.S.A. Central Core has reached its end. Your year was mostly peaceful with one major exception. The hired assassin tried to disguise her intentions under a layer of quite explicit daydream, but you were not deceived. Near the end, you felt the presence of her fading thoughts enter your own mind and then vanish like clearing mist. You gain +2 psionic ability. Alright.
Many threats to security can only be defeated from inside. Your mind shall be carefully blanked and conditioned with the nature and past of a criminal. Many threats to security.
Let's see.
In the grand scheme, individuals are no... Acts of political terrorism and corporate coercion disturb corporate and political stability. You shall spend a year battling these chaotic elements, both psionically and by physical force. In the grand scheme, individuals are no more important than pieces on a game board. Occasionally, it becomes necessary to remove a piece without disturbing the flow of the game. These removals will be done in silence and with complete secrecy. You shall spend a year learning these skills. Many threats to security can only be defeated from inside. Your mind shall be carefully blanked and conditioned with the nature and past of a criminal. Join with the criminal and rebellious, endure their squalor and chaos, and then, when it is time, liquidate them from within.
Alright, that's really creepy, but there you go. Alright, 9th of February 2114, you are directed to return to station 74/34A. Your time of service has ended. The O.S.A. field base has reached its end. Even now, your mind is somewhat clouded that you do not recall all the details. You played your part well for most of a year, and your enemies called you friend until you fell upon them with your talents. You've gained +1 strength, +1 agility, and +1 cybernetic ability, and mastered remote electronic tampering. Data source 433 OEOP. Well, I can't read that fast enough. Alright. Captain William Bedford Diego. To some random soldier. Assigned to the Von Braun. Soldier, your application to join the crew of the Rickenbacker has been approved. Report to the shuttle Mayfair to Port Francis at 400 hours. Get ready to become part of history, soldier.
Shuttle A138. You have clearance for landing on the Von Braun in Shuttle Bay 2. Welcome aboard, soldier.
5 months later, UNN Von Braun near Tau Ceti 5, 67 trillion miles from Earth. That must be me. Stuck in a cryogenic tube.
Reinitializing memory streams. Restoring patient memory. Restoring memory. Restoring memory.
What do you know? Somehow my memory restoration got errored. I don't have a clue to what's going on.
Steady yourself, soldier. This is Dr. Janice Polito of the computer ops staff of the Von Braun. You're safe for the time being. You're recovering from the effects of surgery and will be unable to remember any of the events of the last few weeks. You're on board the starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong. Some kind of force has hijacked this ship. That's why you volunteered to be implanted with some experimental cybernetic implants. Rely on your cyber interface. It just might save your life. You must find an elevator and come up to Deck 4 to meet me. Deck 4. Can you remember that? But keep your eyes open. They're after us both now.
And here starts. But System Shock 2.
Watch out. I'm getting strange readings from that radar dish outside the window.
That
It's
one right
become
there.
unstable due to... Move! Take cover!
Oh my.
Critical decompression hazard in the cryo recovery
Nice.
suite. Evacuate immediately.
we get a hammer? Or a wrench?
The entire sector is depressurizing and the blue vacuum shield won't last long. Get through a secure airlock before you're sucked into space. Move it!
Great. Gotta change the access codes out of Cryo A again. Like I've got nothing better to do. I think Grassy just likes to make work for me. I'll set the new code to 45100. That should be easy enough to remember.
Oh. It's the zombies.
Decompression event imminent. Please move immediately to Cryo Recovery B. Decompression event imminent.
This power cell is dead. There should be a recharger nearby. Just use it and it will recharge all the power-driven devices in your possession.
Oops.
After you've recharged the cell, plug it into the auxiliary power unit. That should open the airlock door. Be quick about it. The vacuum seals won't hold up much longer.
There you go.
Good. You've managed to get out before the whole area depressurized. I've just uploaded you some cybernetic modules. You can use them to upgrade your cybernetic rig at the upgrade units in this area. There are 4 types of units in the next room. 1 for each subsystem of your cybernetic gear. Stats, psi, weapons, and tech. But use the modules carefully. They're hard to come by.
Alright, let's check one thing. I know there's a way to autoplay. Play unread audio log. That's what is you. Okay. Here we go.
Hey Doc, a security bot showed up with orders from you to place this grunt into the recovery freezer. I'm no cyber doc, but I know a plant job when I see one. I suppose you know they outlawed R-grade cyber goodies after that fiasco back on Citadel Station. But hey, I just work here, right?
Clunk. Alright, so we are getting some good equipment. My character only knows a little bit about how to do some psionic stuff, so I have no real apparent tech skills, no real good combat skills, but I do have level 2 psi and a couple level 1 psi powers, so that should help. Poor O.S.A. agent there got his head bashed in. Yeah, there was, whoa, that's not what I intended to do. A little slippery there. There was items over there, but you can actually grab them like it did by hopping up and jumping. Otherwise you have to use redirect psi powers.
Can somebody let me out? I can't get out. Please, let me out.
And here's one of our first zombies.
Well done. I'm uploading some more modules.
Nice. So we have some sort of weird unresearched object. But I need research level 1 in order to make use of it. So let's actually go and get research level 1. Research. And start researching that. Alright. Now, normally you need chemicals, but this item doesn't actually require any chemicals, so I should be fine.
Why is it that no one listens to me? The security protocols on the Xerxes system are clearly immature. Some idiot hacked into the primary data loop last night and made Xerxes sing Elvis Presley songs for 3 hours.
Ability to find us.
The power outage has also taken out access to this bulkhead. It's the only way to get to the medical subsection. Pick up the battery from the floor and find a recharger. The one you used before is in hard vacuum now, I'm afraid, but there should be another one on this deck. Once you get the battery recharged, place it in the auxiliary override.
Marie, I've got to restrict access to engineering until we can figure out what to do down there. It's just too hot. I don't know where all the hazard suits went. Reduced to bringing down an armful of rad hypos. Those damn things always give me a headache.
What is this?
On most decks, you'll find a quantum bioreconstruction device. Xerxes shut them all down, but I've discreetly put them back online. You'll need to interface with each machine locally to provide a quantum entanglement sample. Once you do that, the device will be able to rebuild your body essentially from scratch. It's not pleasant, but it's preferable to slow decomposition.
Remember Citadel.
That insipid computer Xerxes has shut down the elevator as well. You can transfer power at the engine core on deck 1, which will get the elevator up and running again. But you can't use the elevator to get down there. Wait. There's some kind of maintenance access right on this hallway. You can use it to Xerxes has control of the ship's security system. Avoid or destroy any security cameras you see. You can hack security computers to power down the cameras too, if you're good enough. But don't botch the job, or you'll set off the alarm yourself. Your corpse is useless to me.
Alright. Here's chemical supplies.
Each deck has a chemical storeroom where you can find the resources you need to research the artifacts you'll find around the ship. Don't try to carry around all the chemicals at once. It's impractical and unnecessary. Your research software will tell you what chemicals it needs and when.
I've been unable to get in touch with Delacroix. This place is falling apart. Members of my team keep disappearing. The leaks in the venting shaft shorted out the primary access channel, and that means we'll all be on auxiliary power until we can get it back up. That means all the lifts are out. Marie, where the hell are you?
Alright, around both these corners are a whole bunch of turrets, so charge that battery so I can get through that blast door lock. But now I'm stuck in a sticky little pickle here. I'm gonna run real fast. Speed booster it is. And that is zippity zee speed. Holy cow. Wow. Stupid monkey.
O.S.A, the lab monkeys have been acting strangely. Nurse Lesser picked one out of a cage to be brought in for vivisection, and the rest of them, I mean the entire group, stood up on their legs and howled. This wasn't just a random display. It was a protest.
Smash that. Grab a healthy pack. Health hypo. Get our bone from this corpse. So, what did our research do? Summary: you've learned how to best target hybrids for maximal damage. All damage you deal to hybrids will be increased by 25%. Analysis: DNA structure indicates that this organism, a hybrid of human host and a parasitic organism, although the parasite, resembling a yard-long worm, has it disoriented to a stage beyond useful analysis. Affected the process are evident severe disorientation of higher level mental processes caused by tumorous growths along the spinal column and brain stem. The non-human tissue stem seem to be formed of a composition of small worm-like structures that are adapted to the host body and taken over a majority of motor controls and decision-making functions. There also appears to be direct stimulation to the autonomic nervous and glandular system, hence the organism produces exceptional amounts of both adrenaline and endorphins, making it a remarkably strong and aggressive. What remains to be seen cannot really be called human at all. The damage done to the host process is irrevocable, and the organism now functions with no sense of morale or hesitation. Recommendation: organism is vulnerable to the same forms of stimuli as human. However, the changes in psychology suggest chemistry more complex than it's currently understood. Further analysis for similar organisms might provide more insight in this area. Alright, now that I've researched it, I don't need this. We can continue. So you
Hi
can
there.
buy stuff
Please
from
make your
places.
selection. Access needed.
Did I forget to pick up some sort of key card somewhere? Apparently. One second while I check my notes. Recharge power. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta go to the door that was sealed off with no power, which I believe is somewhere this direction. Here's where we started at. And now they got guns. Now they got guns.
Well done. I'm uploading some more modules.
Excellent. Alright, I'm gonna move on to the next section, but we'll call it a episode today. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw and you want to see this series continue, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.